Hello, hello. Welcome to Let's Play Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. This is a newer game, and obviously came out in 2019 at the end of March, and I got it. I got a digital copy right away, and I was too lazy to go out to the store. The nearest GameStop is like 35 minutes away, so and Walmart around here didn't carry it, so. Anywho, I played this game for about a month and a half straight, and it's got a high degree of mastery to it. You could play endlessly trying to master every aspect of combat that there is in this game, but all in all, it's actually a fairly short game. It's an action RPG, although the RPG elements are kept to a minimum. And I got the Platinum Trophy on it by the end of April 2019. And after that, I played it for like a week or so more. I did like one more playthrough. And I haven't touched it since. And last fall, they did some updates to it and added some online mode things in. Like, I think reading other players' messages or something. I have no idea what all else has changed. My whole idea for it was that I would do a Let's Play of it someday, and because I wanted to, and or like at least record a silent playthrough or something. But I didn't want to jump right back into it because it was massively popular with people who like From Software games, and also some other people as well. And there's sort of a theme to it that the main character within it is rusty. Like he's coming out of let's say he's coming out of retirement in a way. So anyway, that's enough exposition on it now. Let's just jump in and see what's up. I haven't touched it in almost 2 years.
In the closing years of the Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict. The fires of war raged on, spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
Is the war finally over?
Dude, that guy looks like a fucking mountain.
General Tamura is no more!
Master swordsman Ishin Ashina staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
Listen, Wolf. You must never forget the Shinobi Code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
Wolf looks a little bit old to be taking orders from Daddy. But, yeah. You know, like, for loading screens, we got, like, a little, I don't know, is that like a Buddha with 4 arms? 4 arms and 3 flames. Not sure what that's about, but, yeah. Probably just a stylistic choice, right?
Some 20 years after Ishin's coup, the Ashina clan was on the brink of collapse. And the shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything. Both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
Sorry if you heard that, I was just terribly thirsty. No, we got like a, what is this, a geisha? It's a nice umbrella.
Shinobi, open your eyes. For the sake of your master.
She has really big fingernails for a girl. Cherry blossoms. His fingernails look like they've seen better days. He's gone gray on half of his hair. I don't think that's just like plaster or ash or whatever. It looks like, oh man, he's like near death. Kuro's charm. Oh, right, because you wouldn't normally get that at the start of a new game, but let's see. Ornamental letter. A letter thrown into a well. Kuro's Wolf. Your destiny awaits you at the Moonview Tower. Escape from the well and find the tower bathed in moonlight. Oh god, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Even without a blade, you can reach it. Stay silent, stay vigilant. So the first thing they try to teach you about this game is that there's like a stealth element to it. You can also swim and jump. And wow, I have not played this in ages. It's going to take a while to get used to this. The controls are like very, very freeform. And normally you'd be able to sprint. And something that's pretty interesting about this game in regards to other From Software titles is that there's no stamina meter. And it took me eons to realize that. Let's see. Man, this look sensitivity is out of this world. Okay, so you can crouch by pressing L3, pressing the left, the left stick down. And they kind of warned you, you need to be stealthy. And there's like a bridge and this massive chasm. And we can do some Legend of Zelda Wind Waker stuff here. Saddle along the wall. Wind Waker is just the first game I ever played that had me do wall hugging as far as I remember. But there's so much to remember now in my life that I don't fully remember how.
That shinobi at the bottom of the well. We didn't shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
Not at all. Not only is he unarmed, he has completely lost his will to live. Nothing but a coward, unworthy of our concern.
Now, I'm sure if you've been, if you're a regular to watching this game, you know very well that the fastest way through this is to not stealth at all. You just run.
The moonlight shines strongly on the Moonview Tower tonight. The Divine Heir is probably using the light for his reading again.
Probably, but imprisoning a mere child. I feel sorry for the boy.
Agreed. But I'm sure Lord Genichiro has his reasons.
Okay, so... Oop, that's the lock-on button. That's the Moonview Tower. And there's the full moon. There's going to be a bit here, I'm pretty sure, where they...
The Moonview Tower door. You check that it's locked, right?
It's certainly locked, but... Nobody fixed that hole in the wall.
That? Don't worry about it. The whole face is the edge of a cliff. No one could pass through it.
It's like they don't know that, like, their entire kingdom has, like, a sect of ninjas that do exactly that sort of shit all the time. Okay, so we can also ledge hang in this game. Sorta Spider-Man-y, I guess? But like an earlier Spider-Man game, like, I don't know, like 2001 GameCube Spider-Man. Oh, wow. I'm so rusty at this, so apologies if I'm going too slow for your liking. I will probably die a lot in this playthrough.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
I've come to free you, my lord.
Well then. Raise your head. Kusabimaru, your sword. My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
Isn't it already pledged? That's why
you command.
That's why he came, isn't it? Kusabimaru, a katana given by Kuro, the Divine Heir, an heirloom of the Hirata family, a cadet branch descended from Ashina. Once thought lost, it was found its way back into the hands of the wolf. The name Kusabimaru beseeches, a shinobi's role is to kill, but even a shinobi must not forget mercy. A mantra the blade itself may manifest. Huh. So now we have a sword. I think we can press start at any time to go into our inventory. Right now a lot of our equipment slots are locked because we haven't gotten them yet. You can see that we have 2 stats, vitality and attack power. There's some currency, like money in the very right hand corner. We also have something we accumulate called skill points. And there's a 0 of 15 thing. That's like a consumable... it's like hearts in Castlevania, more or less. We have a Homeward Idol. A small palm-sized wooden Buddha. Can be used repeatedly. Held by Wolf ever since he was saved by his father, its corners are rounded with use. This Buddha is used to return home. It will return to the user to the last visited sculptor's idol or the dilapidated temple. Well, we don't know what the dilapidated temple is yet. But we got controls, and we can switch that around if we want. Let's turn the camera speed down, maybe. I don't know if that would help a little bit. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Okay. Okay, up here we got some pellets. Medicinal pellets that slowly restore vitality. A secret treatment passed down for generations in these lands. Records say it has been used in battles since times long gone, and lent to the famed resilience of Ashina warriors. A pill case full of these pellets would also serve as a battle charm.
Loyal Wolf, I see you are wounded. I have something that may help. It is a special gourd of medicinal waters. Use it to heal your wounds.
Healing gourd. And this is basically the Estus flask of the game. A gourd filled with vitality-restoring medicine. Resting refills the gourd. Made by an apprentice of the extraordinary Dr. Dogen. Though it is strange that the gourd's medicinal waters refill automatically, the seeds within may hold the secret to how it works. Basically, it's full of magical seeds that supply an endless amount of water. And
My
you.
lord.
Now then, were you gravely injured? Afterward?
After what?
Do you not remember that night?
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage. Once you find it, signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it. Wolf, do you have something for me?
If you give him Kuro's charm, this is like if you've beaten the game before, you automatically get this every time you play through. And if you give him the charm, basically, there's two mechanics in this game for blocking. One is just normal blocking, and the other is deflecting. And deflecting is like a timed block, like a parry in Dark Souls. And basically, what having the charm does, it's another optional layer of difficulty. On a true first playthrough of the game, the charm does not exist. It does not exist until you've beaten the game once. So as for now, we're just going to do nothing. If you give it to him, basically a normal guard, you'll still take chip damage through. And I don't like that, so, you know, you call me a pussy or whatever, but
No.
I see. I leave this in your hands then, Wolf.
So you use the D-pad to use items in this game. But we don't have any quick items equipped. But now we do. And let's go ahead and use that.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that can take us out of the castle. Find the secret passage beneath the moat bridge so that we may escape Ashina Castle. When you've reached it, give the signal. I'll come as soon as I hear the reed whistle.
So now we get to learn the combat of the game. And now we can sprint as well. Once our sword's out, we can sprint. Sort of like riding a bike. But, let's see. And you got stealth kills in this game. And that guy's supposed to be the first guy who takes a serious swing at you, and he'll also block. But and my first time I played this game, these first few guys gave me a lot of trouble because I was not used to the controls and I did not value stealth. And didn't really think about having the sprint button or being able to do stuff like, you know, jump like crazy high and angle my camera and such. The gameplay is very, very tight for this game. Also, if you don't like all the arterial bleeding that's happening, which is only somewhat exaggerated, you can turn it off in the option menu, but I won't be, so yeah. Anywho, moving right along. We got a mini boss up here. The first boss, basically this is like the tutorial boss. He'll probably kill me. Oh. He takes multiple death blows. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't die to him. My first time I played the game, I died to that guy like 5 or 6 times and got incredibly frustrated because I was like, but I'm good at From Software games. And like a common thing people used to say was that like a lot of Souls veterans went into this game thinking it was going to be just like Dark Souls and that they'd be good at it. I guess that's true to an extent, but let's see. Fistful of Ash. Ash gripped in a hardened clump. Throw it at an enemy to temporarily distract them. In Ashina, the snow falls thick, and thus the hearth runs thick with ash. Okay, seems legit. But in my opinion, this game's difficulty, or perceived difficulty, mainly came from the fact that at the beginning of this game, they give you a lot less room for...
That secret passage at the bottom of the moat, under the bridge, we just got orders to guard it.
Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
But, yeah, man, the game sure is giving us a lot of these pellets. Okay. But, oh god, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, the perceived difficulty of this game at the beginning mainly stems from the fact that compared to like let's say Dark Souls, right? In Dark Souls, when they give you the Estus Flask, you get 5 uses from it. And in this game, you start with 1 use of the healing gourd. You also start with your HP at a minuscule amount. And so this game, basically it starts out harder than it actually is, and later on, once you start getting enough gourds and health upgrades, the difficulty sort of, I mean, it doesn't like evaporate, but you have, when you actually have room to make mistakes, you can learn how to play the game a bit better.
Wolf, you found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.
But essentially, I guess what they were trying to teach you by not letting you make a lot of
I think that
mistakes.
this is the only way. To run from the fated bloodline is the only answer.
That's going to be happening a lot because I can't remember where all the voice acting is for this.
Where shall we go once we're away from the castle? I suppose the first thing we should do is cross the Ashina border. Or perhaps we should hide somewhere. What do you think?
Whatever you desire,
Whatever I desire? That's the wolf I know.
my lord.
Oh, nothing. I was just reminiscing. Onward then.
How old is this kid? Like 12? How much could he possibly have to reminisce with? But, well, I can't remember what I was saying before all this happened. Oh, we got like a... I don't know what kind of plant that is, but it reminds me of the field with Gehrman in Bloodborne.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro.
Man, Wolf's fingers have seen some use. They look so messed up.
Thank you.
Leave this to me.
Now this is the actual tutorial boss that you're intended to die against.
Shinobi stands in our way.
And even more so than the last guy we just fought that's gonna have multiple health bars, this guy will probably definitely kill me.
You face Genichiro Ashina.
Man, it's been a while. You can hold guard to... Oh, dear. Oh, goodness. I can't even remember how to play. Oh, I'm down. Oh. Oh. Well.
Is that all the Shinobi has to offer?
Yeah, more or less.
The divine heir will be coming with me.
If you do beat him, though, this little ninja that's carrying Kuro off, he throws a shuriken at you to distract you, and you get your arm cut off anyway. By Genichiro. Because, like, Genichiro's, like, on it. You bring him to his knees, and he's like... with the opening that other ninja gives him, he cuts your arm off, and then he's like, Shinobis, you know, don't know anything about honor anyway, or whatever, or like, something about doing whatever it takes to win, so.
What is this?
It's like a prosthetic arm.
So you're awake. Looks like death is not your fate. Just yet.
Shinobi Prosthetic, the artificial arm of a shinobi, passed down by the sculptor. A replica of a human arm fitted with a variety of mechanisms, apparently designed with modification in mind. While it bears a number of cuts and is stained thick with blood and oil, it has been impeccably maintained. Touch remnant? What? 30 seconds? What? View remnant. I guess that guy ran off and died or something. This is something new, by the way. You weren't able to view people like fighting and dying or whatever. Anywho.
What do you call yourself? Your eyes. The eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Spoken like a true shinobi. I must carve the Buddha. You do what you will.
This guy's got a lot of Buddhas.
Why am I here?
All I did was drag you here. Didn't even know if I was dragging a corpse. Couldn't let you get eaten by a pack of wild dogs.
How long was I asleep?
Some time has passed since I found you.
I see.
However, your master yet lives. He's being held prisoner in Ashina Castle. They will soon make use of his bloodline. Looking at you, I'm sure you appreciate the value it has.
My left arm. What did you do to me?
That is what I call the Shinobi Prosthetic. A fitting fang for a one-armed wolf. Useless when it comes to carving Buddha, though. You can have it.
Shinobi Prosthetic.
It is no mere replacement for your lost arm. Come to me if you find any shinobi tools.
Shinobi tools. I see. For this device.
You catch on quick. If you bring me shinobi tools, I'll find a way to fit them to the Shinobi Prosthetic. Then you'll come to appreciate its worth. I've said too much. Go now.
What did you mean when you said they'll make use of his bloodline?
I don't know much about him, except the dragon's heritage. There's a special kind of blood by that name, and that blood runs through your master's veins.
So the divine heir.
Someone's after him. Might be that the strange things happening to your body have something to do with that. You're quite the strange one, yet other peculiar visitors have come to this temple. There's one in the clearing to the right of the gate leading off the temple grounds. Two strangers in strange circumstances. You two might get along. You see the kind-faced Buddha there? That isn't one of mine. It was carved by the true sculptor. When a man must confront what is inside of him, it can probably be of help.
Confront what is inside him?
Anger, sadness, or perhaps old memories of times long gone. That kind of thing.
Seems legit. And we can't sprint with our sword in its scabbard, so. Oh, I got a coin purse. It's kind of like a soul pouch from the other games by From Software. Remnants. Okay. Shinobi can leave behind shadows of their past actions, known as remnants. Remnants are left to discipline one's peers. Some are masters of the way ahead, others provoke sporting rivalries. That's one way to put most people are going to shitpost with these. Well, I won't be needing to leave any of those. I'm no longer a master of the way ahead. Though I do remember most of it. Okay, so these act as checkpoints, and they're where you rest. And resting, instead of being automatic in Sekiro, it's always a conscious choice. And just like in the Souls series, it will reset all of the enemies back to being alive. So.
Never seen you before. Your name? Won't tell me. But you do have the look of a skilled shinobi. A shinobi. Or perhaps... Sir, please heed my humble request. Face me in battle. Damn. Still alive.
Word. You like a zombie samurai?
That swordsmanship. It was a thing to behold. Few have managed to kill me in such a thorough manner.
What are you?
Some call it undying. Others, infested. I can't die, so I just am. How about you? What brings you to a rundown temple like this? Seems you have a lot on your mind. Say, why don't you use me for some sword practice? Might come in handy for whatever your mission is. A warm body that can't die might prove useful to you. I volunteer mine. Well?
Very well.
Right then. Let's go. They say swinging one sword is a cure for boredom.
So you can train with this guy, Hanbei the Undying. And basically whatever you choose to train with him on, you have to do that until the training stops. So like for instance, let's do
In that case, I stand as your opponent.
deflections, and they bring back up the tutorial thing again, and oops. Oops.
Face me again.
I think 3 is the magic number.
Face me again. Yes, splendidly done.
I don't remember it originally going into like a little walled off area like it was a boss fight. But I guess maybe that's the change they did too. Or maybe I just don't remember.
Have you noticed? This temple attracts those with nowhere else to go. I certainly fit that description. And I suppose that's why interesting things make their way into the offering box from time to time. Come back whenever you like. If you have techniques to try out, I'm at your disposal.
Oh, thank you, Hanbei. This offering box here, basically, if you miss like a key item or an item you can't get in any other way, it'll show up in the offering box. And there's a few other items that show up in there, but huh? Oh, hey, look, it's the lady who had the umbrella. You can tell because of her. Was that a kimono?
You truly returned from the dead. The power of the dragon's blood. I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes.
Who are you?
My name is Emma. I am a doctor serving a certain master.
What master?
Forgive me, but for his safety, I cannot reveal his identity. However, my master gave explicit orders to assist you in any way I can. I'm not telling you to trust me. However, I must fulfill my master's orders. The gourd of medicinal water you possess, that was originally a creation of mine. I am a doctor, and I will assist you in that capacity.
Okay.
I'd like to make a request.
What is it?
Please show me your face.
What?
This white mark, is it a birthmark?
No.
Then that must mean it appears on those who have received the dragon's heritage. Or perhaps it's a symptom.
Are you done?
Yes, that will be all. I'm sorry. That was rather rude of me.
So according to that, it isn't plaster. Like, the side of his face is just straight up pasty ashen white.
So, it's not a birthmark. Then, that must mean it appears on those who have received the... Or perhaps...
Okay, so she doesn't have anything new to say right now. So, let's mosey along. And basically, now that we have the prosthetic arm, it comes equipped with a grappling hook. And that's one of the high points of this game. You get to sort of swing around and monkey around, and it's pretty fun, I won't lie. Ashina Outskirts. Okay, okay. Okay, so we can instantly teleport between all of the sculptor's idols. So, if you see one, don't think twice about actually getting it. Okay, so this guy here, and if we just sneak up on him, he's not a very thoughtful mook. So, stealth kill, and he drops items, and basically the game tells you that in order to pick items up that enemies drop, you hold down the square button, and you become like a vacuum, and you suck it all up. You can also do that to enemies. And you don't have to, like, you don't have to suck anything up. You can just let it lie and suck from anywhere in the area, and eventually it will come to you if you suck for long enough. So, phrasing, I guess, but... Let's see here. If we just fall down here. Get Akko's Sugar. This is one of my favorite items in the game. It increases your attack power by, I think it's 12.5% or something like that. And without decreasing any of your actual ability. So, that's pretty nice. There's a better sugar later on called like the Yashiriku or Yashiriku. But it cuts your HP in half. And it is the better sugar. It increases your attack power by like 25 or 50% or something ridiculous. But if you're not that good, like if you're the kind of guy that's like me, or gal, that needs a lot of do-overs, then yeah, it's just not... probably not the sugar for you. And like every From Software game, we got dogs, and they're all sort of problematic in their own way. Although they're easily dealt with if you've got like some of the prosthetic tools, which, speaking of, Shuriken Wheel. A mechanical device made by the mechanical genius Dogen can be fitted into the prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. While it is palm-sized, a surprising number of shuriken can fill it into the shuriken wheel, as the edges were designed for stacking. A fine example of what can be achieved when one matches mechanical finesse with the shinobi's talent. We found that on one of those dead... Was it like they look like they're dressing up with like Tengu masks, so I guess they're like more of a traditional shinobi. Down there we have another mini-boss. You can skip him, and I think eventually at some point in the game the items he dropped will show up in the donation box. But I'd rather not skip him because you can get a stealth attack on him, and this is where the game tells you about those perilous attacks that we saw Genichiro using against us, which at the time we didn't have knowledge that we could not. The only thing we could do is you can either precision timing deflect them, or you have to jump or step dodge. But yeah, you can get stealth hits in on mini bosses, and whoop. Oh my. Oh right, I have to press up on the D-pad. Oh, come on now. Oh, you got me. Oh no, we died. But
Loyal wolf, take my blood and live again.
in this game, you get one more do-over button. And we got him. And he drops the first gourd seed. And that's especially if you're new to the game, that's one of the reasons you definitely don't want to skip him. Although honestly I didn't remember that he dropped that. I was just in it for the prayer bead. Seed from which healing waters continuously spring forth. Give to Emma to increase the maximum uses of the healing gourd. The twisted gourd of medicinal waters was known throughout Ashina since long ago, but it was the extraordinary healer Dogen and his pupil Emma who discovered the self-replenishing nature of this seed. Yeah. We also got a prayer bead, and we'll get plenty more of those, so I'll be able to read the description some other time. But basically, once you get 4 prayer beads, you can increase your maximum HP, and it also increases the amount of posture damage you can take. You may have noticed the big, like, yellow meter that fills up the more you deflect from an enemy, or the more you attack an enemy. And you've got one too that's at the bottom of the screen. And that's posture, and when you completely fill it for an enemy, they go off balance and you can death blow them. And that was explained already in one of the tutorial prompts that I pretty much skipped. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. We could go over that way to the right, but we'd have to fight like 6 guys at once. So like, let's not. Down here you can get another one of those sugars. Gachin's sugar. The High Senpo priest gave this candy to a band of short but adept assassins. Suppresses sound and presence for a time, making the user harder to detect. Bite the candy and take the Gachin stance to impart its inhuman benediction. The assassins do Senpo's dirty work. Once hired guards, now extensions of the monk's will in their quest for undeath. These things are like a speedrunner's best friend, and I didn't realize how potent they were, because I, honestly, on my first playthrough of this game, I pretty much ignored the stealth aspect of it, almost wholeheartedly. And let's see. We could continue on that way, and actually let's go over here and kill this guy with that big old cannon. He's quite the problem. He oh, that was an upgrade item for the prosthetic. Kind of glossed it over. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, let's kill one of the guys with hats. See, the guys with hats, they're a little bit harder to defeat. Taking their job all serious and whatnot, wearing a hat. Let's see. You know, there's a cliff over there, and I can kind of see a tent. And I'm pretty sure there's a way for us to get up there. Particularly on my first playthrough, I didn't know about it. So, right, I was too busy with what was right in front of me to sometimes the grapple points are a little chonky. Okay, so yeah, it is a tent. There's like an old person with a head wrap all around their head.
Care to purchase an offering?
An offering?
Indeed. I sell items to be offered to the dead, so they might rest in peace. From the looks of you, I'd wager you know a thing or two about death. Go ahead, buy an offering.
Let's see. So he sells pellets, antidote powder, Ungo's sugar, which is for increasing it makes you take less damage. Most importantly, he sells the Robert's Firecrackers, which for a lot of people, these are the best prosthetic in the game. I was never too crazy about them, and I'm still not too crazy about them. They basically cause a major posture upset and sort of stagger pretty much everything. And it's kind of... They're super effective against animals, but yeah. Firecrackers from across the southern seas can be fitted to the Shinobi Prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. Makes a deafening sound, frightening to animals. Sold by little Robert and his father to raise funds for their travels. Their voyage brought them to Japan, where they would seek the undying in an attempt to extend Robert's life. So that's kind of cool, I guess. You can sell items here as well. We don't really have anything that's worth too much.
Where you find the departed, you'll find the memorial mob. Just like the crows. Wherever your travels take you, make sure you bring some offerings with you.
Let's see. Heard a bell. Oh, they grow chickens big in Ashina. Don't underestimate these chickens. They, Oh, light coin purse, light coin purse, light coin purse. Hey, I think that's... Was that 3 or 4? That's almost enough to buy the firecrackers. Got an old woman in a blown up house.
Oh, is that you, Inosuke? My son, have you seen the young master? What? Nothing to say? Does your stomach hurt or something? You always had a weak stomach. Well, anyway, take this bell. It's a charm I made with the young master in mind. Please, offer it to Buddha for his sake.
Young Lord's Bell Charm. A bell charm received from an old woman who asked that it be offered to Buddha. Bell charms protect their holders through Buddha's divine protection. If one finds themselves the owner of another's bell charm, offering it to Buddha on their behalf is common courtesy. The sculptor at the dilapidated temple can advise on how it should be offered. So, yeah. Oh, we gotta... Oh. Oh my. That's what I get for not paying attention to where these guys were going. I keep trying to press square to heal. Dearie me. That's kind of rough. I'm still rough around the edges here, so sorry about that. Got this dying guy right here.
Who is it? Is somebody there?
Yes.
That voice. No. Could it be? Sir, my name is Inosuke Nogami, a vassal of the Hirata family. Or at least I was. I ask a favor. Might you look in on the old lady in that house? She's my mother, but her mind is failing. She cannot tell one from another.
I met your mother. She gave me a bell.
She did she? You have my thanks. That bell's troubled her for a long, long time. She kept muttering incoherently. Something about offering it to Buddha. Sir, the man from before, right? I wanted to thank you for humoring my mother. That bell's troubled her for a long, long time. She kept muttering.
Okay. So, basically that's a clue to go back to the gentle-faced Buddha and offer the bell up and relive a memory. And we'll do that. Though we're pretty much out of time. I'm going to let the time run out. And we're going to go buy the firecrackers. I didn't intend for this first episode to be a full hour, but I wanted to actually get into the gameplay, so...
Care to purchase an offer?
Let's see, how many of these we got to sell? Alright. Let's buy those firecrackers. Okay.
Don't use that thing around here. You'll scare the crows. They're very intelligent. Leaps and bounds smarter than other animals. Cruelty won't be tolerated.
Oops. Let's just go on back to the temple. And we'll turn in the prosthetics. And I guess, you know, this is a good place to end to just go ahead and say, you know, thanks for watching, stay safe, have a good day. Like and subscribe if you like. I'm Alex Javire. And,